Good evening, everyone. Happy Monday. I am so glad you guys are all here. Be sure to thank the person that invited you tonight to this call to find out about this incredible Wine of the Month club that we have here that we all know and love as Wine Ambassador. You guys, if you haven't gotten in yet, you really need to pay close attention to Rory tonight when he tells you all about what we have here. We have so much more than just wine. We have huge opportunities, and I myself know that better than a lot of you, because it got me out of my full-time job. So with that, Rory, fill us in on the magic of what we've got here at Wine Ambassador.
I'd love to, and thank you so much, Stacy. And like you pointed on something. We created this as a way to help people make extra money as well as create a full-time, job and career in this. We're dealing with a big industry. Wine is huge, right? But we needed to do things in a different way, and because of the way the world works, there's an awesome situation for us because most wines out there, especially like in the US, 85% are controlled by conglomerates. And the conglomerates don't care about the nature of wine. They care about the nature of profit. So they increase the production. They do it by cheating the winemaking process. There are, 250 additives that they can add into wine. They don't need to put on a ingredient list. The only ingredient that they have to state on wine is that it has sulfites or it contains sulfites. And that's especially the case on artificial sulfites. So this is where the biggest difference comes in with the true boutique wine approach and what the conglomerates do. Conglomerates are going to cheapen the process. They don't have to add sulfites because when you make wine the right way, sulfites are created naturally in the fermentation process and the creation of wine. Those natural sulfites, our body digests them very well, passes right through, doesn't cause fatigue. Artificial sulfites take up more oxygen, more resources from our bodies, they cause fatigues. And then not to mention those additives that put in that wine. Well, those additives make it taste more like a wine, but it's really not good for you. Those additives are things you would never selectively drink if you knew the difference. But they don't have to list them on there. It's a fact that very big labels have used arsenic as a sweetener in wine for years. They got caught. It came out. Google it. It's bad. How many things are they getting away with that they aren't on those approved lists that are just sweeteners that they can use? And a lot of them are chemically induced in there. They also, put this way, they've been known to put things in there to make it more addictive, make it more harmful because they're chasing the dollar. That's the harm of wine in the world we're in today. Well, we get to educate people on proper wines. Wine Ambassador has wines made by literally artists, liquid artists. These are second and third generation winemakers that make it the proper way. Our wines sit in barrels for 3 years, 4 years, 5 years, as long as it takes. We bottle it only when it's ready, and we've agreed with the winemaker that we like the taste, we like the form of it, and we like everything about it, and that they're signing off too, then we bottle it. We have several vintages in the make all the time. That's why we can release new ones every month, and when they're gone, they're gone. Our business model is to share these incredible wines with our Wine of the Month Club members, and if they like it, they can order a custom case, and when it's gone, it's gone. And that's how this has been working tremendously for years now. Now, we are a wine discovery club. We are not a let's send out the discounted wine club. There are 3 types of wine clubs in the marketplace. And I want you to understand the opportunity that we're offered here. That's why I'm covering these 3 directives that I know are out there. The first are wine clubs that come from a winery. So maybe you go visit a winery, you go through their tasting club, and they offer you a wine of the month or a wine membership. Usually it's when they do their releases. So if you want to be on the release to get their Pinot Noir, or you want to get their Cab, you want to get their specific varietals that they're known for, they have wine clubs, right? These tend to be pretty expensive, but that's a really good way for people to get wine as far as the club, because hey, I like that Zinfandel. I'm going to get it every year they release it, and I'll make sure I get some if I'm on the club list. That's one way. The second came out the last several years, and it's a really good way to get people to take on discontinued, overran, undersold and discounted wines. These are wines that are being just flushed out, that no one else wants them. They get a wine club to send them to their distribution, and that's what a lot of people see as wine clubs, and that's unfortunate, and that's why it's good to understand it. Our wine club is its own unique process. We're literally having the wines made for us and doing it from Napa and Sonoma Valley, arguably God's country for wine and one of the best places for the world-renowned locations for wine. And we're having wines made, and we're buying the entire, what do you want to call it, the whole boutique batch. We're delivering it to our members. We're having wines made. We're making so many cabs and merlots and sauvignons and syrahs and petite syrahs and pinot grigios and chardonnays and what the Vintner blend that we have, the Chenin Blanc, the Sauvignon Blanc. We have a delicious Sauvignon Blanc that's being bottled, and we'll have it here shortly. I'm so excited for it. There's all sorts of things that we get to do this way, but they're true wines with our brand, our labels on them that we get to market. And we're looking for partners to join with us as ambassadors that not only get to represent our wine and get more people to sign up as wine memberships. We're not selling wine. Be really clear about it. You're not selling wine out of your house, your basement. You're not setting up a retail shop in your backyard or on the corner. You're literally selling access to get these fine wines delivered to their door every day and getting wine memberships. And you're gaining other opportunists to come in as be ambassadors with us to do the same. So, and the more you grow your business with ambassadors and customers, and the more you help your ambassadors grow their business with ambassadors and customers, the more we all win. And that's the opportunity here. But I just want you to understand, the wines we're sending out, we have standard wines and we have our Grand Cru wines. Our standard wines, if they were delivered in the traditional retail directive, it'd be $80 to $120 a bottle. Our Grand Crus would be $350 to $700 a bottle. We do them at our member pricing. We've eliminated all distribution points outside of the following. Our wines are made by our commissioned winemakers. They go from our facility there to bottling, which is right there, same facility. Goes from bottling around the corner to our shipping warehouse, where it's stored and shipped out from there to your door. No one else touches it, no other distribution points. It's literally from our offices to your door. And that allows us to do a better economy of scale. It allows us to sell a very high quality wine, but not with so many distribution points and markups, and allows for an amazing compensation structure that I'm about to show you. So that being said, let's go there. As I pull that up. My computer is doing something, so bear with me. Actually, Stacy, you know what? It's doing something on its own. I'm not even sure why.
Want me to?
Sorry. Yeah, if you could pull up the wineambassadorcomplan.com for me, that'd be great. And if you can share your screen.
Yep.
Thank you so much. Okay, so very simple how we get paid, and you can leave it just right there. This will be a very short rendition of it because it's really this simple. You take this position, you help get customers, you help get other ambassadors, help them do the same, we get paid. We build a two-team process. So we have 3 ways to get started. The first way is to become a customer, and we want to get customers. We love customers. We have a very high customer ratio here. In fact, it's something we're very, very proud of. And I tell everybody when I'm going through a presentation, if this seems too good to be true, like these wines, I mean, how amazing can these wines really be? And maybe you've never tried one of our wines. That's the best way to start. If you're hesitant at all, just become a customer. And for $100, you're going to get 4 incredible bottles of wine. Each of them is worth the price of admission. Try it. If you don't like our wines, this is not going to be a very fun thing to represent. And then when you taste their wines and see like, oh my gosh, these guys know what they're doing, then you can just bump up and become an estate member, a reserve member, a Grand Cru member. That's our second way to get involved here. We got 3. I'm going to jump ahead to the third way. We do have people that live in states we can't ship to and countries where we're not shipping to yet, or if we ever have a problem. But we have this Grapevine power line system that carries enough BV to keep you active in the compensation plan. This is part of our marketing tools. They are getting so much better all the time. And and when I say better, we're adding more value to them and on how to make it, bring in marketing. But that's the third way to get in. So if you live in a state where we can't ship wine to yet, you don't need to avoid being part of this. You can still be part of it. Okay, now we have a state member, reserve member, Grand Cru member. That's our 3 different levels of an ambassador. Each of them access the full compensation plan. There's nothing to deter you there. And it's kind of structured based on a reality. A lot of people don't drink a lot of wine. A lot of people we market to, either they drink a lot of wine and this makes sense, or they don't drink a lot of wine because they don't know what real wine is like. So you come in as an estate member, you get a case of wine. You upgrade to reserve and get another case of wine. And then you upgrade and get the Grand Cru and get 6 bottles of incredible wine. And then you're a full-fledged Grand Cru member. And the reason why I state it like that is the most common thing we see. Now, there's 2 types of people in this world that drink wine. There's those that really don't understand what true fine wine is, and they're about to learn, right? And we have a lot of people that are like that. And then we have people that are like Tanya and I that drink wine all the time, understand the difference. And this is when you're going to see people just come in as a Grand Cru. It makes sense. But we wanted to educate the world what real wine was. A lot of people go to restaurants and they don't understand why that couple over there just spent $1,000 on a bottle of wine. Well, when you understand what goes into a proper bottle of wine of that caliber, you understand and appreciate why it's there. It's liquid art. And there is a big difference. You can taste the difference. It makes an amazing event happen, and you're getting some true love and respect of the winemaker that made that wine. So that's kind of something that we like to teach people and get them exposure to that. But it's also, we have one of the highest upgrades I've ever seen because of our model. You come in as an estate member, it's $300. It's less than buying a case of wine as a customer. It's our Grand Cru pricing. Your monthly smart ships and your entries into our ambassador program are at the lowest price possible, our Grand Cru pricing. When you come in as an estate member, the only thing that's different there versus the others, the main difference is you get a 10% discount on additional cases of wine. You get a case of our wine for $300. Now, that's the estate member. Reserve members get 2 cases for $600. They get a 15% discount on additional cases. And then Grand Cru members, it's $1,200. You get 2 cases of their wine, the incredible wine, and then you get a 6-bottle Grand Cru selection. That 6 bottles is worth upwards of $2,500 to $3,000, depending on what we've got added in there at the time. In full retail value, you're getting for $600. And you can ask anybody in Wine Ambassador how great a Grand Cru wine is. It speaks for itself. And usually, and Grand Cru members get 20% off additional cases of wine. And they also get an incredible Founders Black card that says Wine Snob on the card. And they get access to our harvest event, which happens every Labor Day. Only Grand Cru members can go, them and up to 1 guest. It's a very limited event in our own vineyards. And we have incredible fun, some of the most amazing wines, and they get a taste in the new releases that aren't even out yet. We also get a lot of, art, music, and things that go on, and it's going to be an amazing celebration. And I tell you, this year will be even better than last year's, and we're going to be going even later into the night. Something that was not doable, and it was getting too dark. And we're going to light up the night there. We're going to use the harvest lights for nighttime harvesting, so it'll be very bright. It's going to be a lot of fun. That's this year. So anyway, that comes in there. But the way that the progression usually goes is someone comes in and they become an estate member for $300. And then they upgrade, they go through that case of wine, they upgrade for the next case to a reserve member. And by the time you've had 2 of our cases, there is no way you're not thinking, okay, if their wines are this good, what are those Grand Crus really like? You're going to wonder. You're going to hear about them, you're going to wonder. And that's usually the progression. And then, and then the perks of Grand Cru also come with corporate marketing. What I mean by that is we're a disruptor in the wine space. We are not selling our wines through distributors at all. You want wine from Wine Ambassador, you have to get it through a Wine Ambassador or through a member, through the company, and it's a membership only. Even restaurants have access to get them through cases, but they have to come through an ambassador to get in. Now, that being said, we know our wines are amazing. We're putting out in the world, but we market them. We don't put them through any distribution model. So we're marketing the wines, and we're doing through SEO, and you can look at some of them. Go to rickard.com, go to tanyawines.com, go to morethanmuse.com, any of our brands. And this year we will fully have them all released. And we have a whole SEO campaign and stuff going. But if anybody signs up to be a customer or be an ambassador from those sites, those are delivered to our rotation of active Grand Cru members. They're not going to me. They're not going to Tanya. They're not going to Brett. They're not going to Peter. They're going to the rotation. And the only way we would get those if we're in the rotation as well. That's it. And that way it's spinning faster and faster. We're getting more and more exposure. Our wines are getting more and more known. I've been contacted by 5 distributors to carry the Rickard Merlot. They've had clients request it. And you know what I told them? Be a member. That's it. They told me I'm missing the boat. And I said, no, I think we have it down. We have a pretty good plan. And that's how it goes. That's our model. And we're going to keep modeling and pursuing that direction. Signed off on it. And we're spending a fortune in marketing because that's what we are. We're professional marketers. We've done this before. All the ownership behind Wine Ambassador are professional marketers. We know acquisition cost is real. Let's go to the compensation plan. And I want you guys to understand, we pay out lucratively. When you guys are bringing on our ambassadors, we lose money and we invest with you. It's not really losing money. We invest with you to make it worthwhile because we want to do this right. And we know that acquisition cost is real. And when someone enters into Wine Ambassador, they stay with us for a very long time. So 5 ways to get paid. First is free wine. We want everybody to get free wine, especially ambassadors. We want you to be getting free wine because you're learning the new wines every month so you can talk about them. You can relate to them, right? Ideally is the case. To get free wine with us, it's as little as 1 customer. If you refer just 1 customer and they order consecutively 3 times, you're going to get credit for free wine, $99.95 credit to your account. You have 2 customers, you're going to get a credit 2 out of 3 months. If you have 3 or more that are ordering consecutively every month, you're going to receive free wine every month. That's how that program goes. And that's for our customers and wine ambassadors. Now we have ambassador customer acquisition bonus. And it's stated that way because even our ambassadors are considered customers. They're getting wine as well. So we pay a bonus on your 4th customer forward. You get a $20 acquisition bonus. And you get $10 a month for every order they place consecutively. Or actually, whenever they place an order that month, you get $10. That adds up. Some of our top producers here have hundreds of customers over the years. If you got hundreds of customers ordering every month, that's thousands of dollars just in that compensation model alone. Even if you have a few customers, it's adding up, right? The wine starter kits are what I just talked about on the ambassador side. The 300, 600, 1200. And each time someone buys one of those from you that's direct to you, you get 50%. If they upgrade, you get 50%. That means that every ambassador you bring in is worth upwards of $600 to you. Now, we're sending out the wine. We're doing definitely, this is an acquisition cost with us. And we understand as marketers, acquisition costs are real. We want to make it very rewarding for you. So if they come in at the estate level, for $300, you make $150. If they come in at the reserve for $600, you get $300. They come in at Grand Cru, you get for $1,200, you get $600. But if they come in at $300 and upgrade, every time they upgrade, you get 50%. So there's no penalty for them taking that delayed sign-up approach. We expect it. It's usually how it works. Now, we also have what I call our residual or retirement plan, meaning you're building the long term. We have a binary, left team and a right team. And we pay you for building 2 teams and helping those teams build 2 teams. That's what this is. So the person that brought you here, they put you on the right team or the left team. Whatever team they put you on, that's a shared team leg. That means they're helping you build that team. The other leg is one that you are responsible to build yourself. Okay? So you're going to build down the team with your team, and then you're going to start building the other one once you know how to do that and duplicate that. Now, as you do that, and you have volume on both teams, based on your qualification, you get up to 22% of that paid weekly. What happens is Wine Wednesday, which is the middle of the week, at midnight Eastern, the computer takes a snapshot of both your legs. Whatever volume you have on the left, whatever volume on the right, whichever one is the lesser of the two, you get upwards of 22% of that, and it's paid the following Friday. The check match comes in when you bring ambassadors and help them build binary pay. You get a match up to 50% of their binary pay each and every, at the same time. It doesn't come from theirs, it's in addition to, and it's to reward you for helping them grow. We have some leaders that make more in their check match than they do their own binary because they built their teams right. So we reward you for the efforts we want you to do. Now you can look below to see how you get up to 22%. Go ahead and scroll that up for me, Stacey. It's very simple. No more than 70% of the required volume can come from any one leg, which means you got to have at least 30% on the other leg. Other than that, this is how you rank up. 1 star all the way down to executive. But you need personals, and everybody needs to be getting free wine. And that's how you get the 6 to 22%. And then the check match starts at 3-star ambassador and goes to 50% at 6-star. Very simple. Just remember, you come in, you get customers, and you're building a left team and a right team. The person that brought you here will get you involved. And I'm going to throw in one more little caveat. My wife and I love wine. This is a passion business. And we're also lead generators. We've been doing it for decades. From our family to yours, we will fund your marketing and teach you how to do it. We have an amazing training staff for it. The person that brought you here knows what we're talking about. And that's from our family to yours. We fund your marketing as much as you can eat. And that's for you and anybody else you bring in. And they bring in. And they bring in. And so on. It's an amazing, powerful thing. Again, the person that brought you here can show you how that works. That being said, God bless everyone. We'll see you on Wine Wednesday, where the same link, half hour earlier, so 5:30 Pacific, 6:30 Mountain, 7:30 Central, 8:30 Eastern. We do a wine and dine, and we have a lot of fun with food and wine pairings. And it's so you can see how to use our wines and how to pair them and see how fun it is to do that. And these are themed. This month is themed. It's a lot of fun. It's so fun. So that's Wednesdays, and then we do trainings on Saturday. The person that brought you here can tell you all about it. All right. Talk to you guys later. See you on the Wine and Dine. Bye for now.